On this episode of Lapeef, Let's Talk.
Will die. They're men. They're not women. And so I don't know. I just think that overall, that's already what's happening. Not per our choice. That is the way that this country is. We have no choice but to do that. Men get to make laws about what women can and cannot do with their body. That is what we're living in now. So I don't. Is there order? I mean, there's a certain level of order to America, right? We've become this country, somehow, right? So I do think there's already a certain level of order in regards to what order looks like to particular people, and if people are happy, now that's a whole other conversation, but I think that we are already submitting to the authority of men in this country as a patriarchal country. And I do believe that there's a certain level of order in this country. Men in spaces and listening to them speak. It doesn't give me a whole lot of confidence for the men that community in general.
Right. So you might be in a certain space where you see and hear what those men are saying or doing. And then I might be in a different space where I see something totally different. So that's why it's not all. It's just, the ones that you encounter, that's with your observation, and the ones that I might encounter, this is my observation. So that's why I say it's not all. It just depends on where you are and what you're seeing. But there are a lot of good men. There are a lot of men that can lead. But the ones
for the majority, though, what do you think? For the majority, like not just like the few men I know, the few men like per majority. Well, do you think women think that men are trustworthy, like per majority?
A lot of women probably don't, because
but that's the woman's problem, though. That's not the men's problem. That's their mindset.
That does not just come from nowhere.
But a lot of women have never allowed the men to lead because they don't trust them.
No. That's not true. They have, but who do they allow? They allow what y'all call the Pookies and Ray Rays.
Right. People that think they're leaders because they're men and they're not.
The Pookies and Ray Rays. That's why in every community that you have that's a majority black, they submit to the pimps, the players, and the dope boys. So you don't never have a problem with them not submitting to the pimps, the players, and the dope boys. And now it might be a few, but when we're talking about the majority, a majority of black women, all you got to do is look at the culture. Because see, to answer the question, women do submit to the authority of black men, but they submit to the authority of the Pookies and Ray Rays, as y'all like to say. That's why you get the Pookies and Ray Rays the outcomes. Even if a man is a good man, she have that mentality that she will go ahead and she's still submitting to Pookie and Ray Rays if she with you. So you're going to get that Pookie and Ray Ray outcome. Pookie and Ray Ray controls the dynamic of the black community. It's not a lot of stand-up solidified men. That's why every time you see anything come up, that's why the first person you see go to the first black person that go to the White House under this administration was who? Lil Baby. Or Pookie and Ray Ray. He was the first person to go to the White House. You don't believe me, Kay? Look it up, because I see you cross your eyes.
No, that's not. I didn't say
baby.
Once again, you're wrong with your I can just tell. I was looking.
I can just tell. I just know.
I don't know much about him, but what makes him a Pookie Ray Ray?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, what makes him a Pookie Ray Ray? Because Pookie and Ray Rays be broke and they be uneducated.
I'm just trying to figure out what
his name is Lil Baby.
Okay, but Mr. Logic, what makes him a Pookie
rapper?
Ray Ray?
So this Snoop Dogg.
I think that
2
term
Chainz,
is horrible.
highly intelligent. Because they got rapper names, they Pookie and Ray Ray. Because 2 Chainz ain't no Pookie and Ray Ray.
Mr. Logic
definitely ain't no Pookie and Ray Ray.
Future's not a Pookie.
Hold on, y'all. Hold on.
2 Chainz ain't no Pookie.
Hold on, y'all. Hold on.
Very
Mr. Logic, what makes him that?
Hold on. Hey, Logic, just answer the question. Like, what makes him a Pookie? And then I'm gonna move on to Island Girl Q.
By sheer fact that you even asking me what make these rappers Pookie and Ray Ray, show the level of disingenuous across the.
Okay, can you just answer the question directly? Come on.
Oh my God, chill. I'm gonna answer the question.
By the sheer fact, just answer it.
Come on, Kayla. I mean, Kay.
And see, there go that nigga energy.
Wow,
you're talking
y'all
to
are
me
really
like you wanted.
something.
No,
With what
wait.
y'all are
See,
calling
if we
women
gonna
on this
be real, let's
platform.
be
I'm
real.
just.
Cause see, look, I'm not finna be
Okay,
on
let's
here.
not get too far away.
She
Can you
ain't
just
yell at
answer?
you. She ain't scream at you. She just said something you don't like, and you gonna call her a nigga?
Wish she no. I
You
said,
for
what did I say? What did I say, Kayla?
I don't care. You were referring to her as
Okay,
that.
so then you missed the context. I said, there go that nigga energy.
Okay, there it was. Can you
Because-
tell us what makes him a Pookie Ray Ray or whatever?
Look, check this out. He not a Pookie Ray Ray. You good? All right, go
See
ahead.
how it goes? There's
Oh my God. Now he ain't gonna answer because he in his feelings.
All right, y'all. Island Girl Q.
I forgot what I was.
I got the question. I got the.
You gotta
I
get
got the question. Hold on. Kay, I'm talking. Thank you. In order to establish some order in the community, women will have to submit to the authority of men and not just their husband.
No, I fully agree what Didi was saying. It's something about that submit word that triggers women, like especially on this platform. That word just triggers.
Now, does it trigger you?
No, it doesn't.
Okay.
Like it just. I feel like people get the term kind of mixed up on what submitting is. But what she was saying is being respectful. I feel like if we hold ourselves in a certain light and stand and be respectful to men in general, like we will receive that back. Like it's just if you outpour respect and femininity, you'll receive some type of thing back from a man. Like the prime example, if I disagree with a man in a woman way, like I don't feel like he's gonna come back me in a combative way unless he's just in some type of mood. But I feel like we as women, we definitely need to submit, be respectful, just in general. But in this community now, it's gonna be hard. Like I was talking about it earlier to someone, it's gonna be hard to just make that switch because of how people are just stuck. I feel like the older you get, especially as women, we're just stuck in how we are, and it's harder to change or take critique or be criticized and be like, you know what, that person was right. Let me just hone back and do some self-reflection and move a different way. So I mean, it definitely could be a great thing to the community if women could just be like, you know what, let me respect X, Y, and Z, and also respect myself in certain situations.
Okay. Kayla, what you got on this? In order to establish some order in the community, women will have to submit to the authority of men and not just their husband. What are your thoughts?
Okay, so I think that speaking generally, when we were talking about something that Kay spoke on earlier that made me think about it, this country, just the country in general, is a male-led country. The authority in this country comes from men currently. They hold most of all the most serious positions in the country. Women occupy a very small amount of space in politics, in major Fortune 500 company boardrooms, people that make decisions, like the people that sit up in the rooms and make decisions on the world, like who will live, who will die. They're men. They're not women. And so I don't know. I just think that overall, that's already what's happening. Not per our choice, that is the way that this country is. We have no choice but to do that. Men get to make laws about what women can and cannot do with their body. That is what we're living in now. So is there order? I mean, there's a certain level of order to America, right? We've become this country, somehow, right? So I do think there's already a certain level of order. In regards to what order looks like to particular people, and if people are happy, now that's a whole other conversation. But I think that we are already submitting to the authority of men in this country as a patriarchal country. And I do believe that there's a certain level of order in this country.